face is like right on it. It attaches to her face, so
Oh,
whatever.
it looks painful.
It does. It does look painful, but it's still fine.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Greetings, this is rsmalec, and I'm here today with Jigarbov. I am playing the 1.8 upgraded version of his Eronev Mansion Adventure map for Minecraft. Hello, Jigarbov.
Hi.
And I'm going to call him Jig because his name is a bit of a mouthful. So I've never actually tried playing... Oh, wow, you added image to map in here.
I did.
Oh, that is so cool.
Just for the rules, though. I didn't really think it would fit anywhere else, but it's something that people can take with them if they forget the rules or,
Oh, yes.
heaven forbid, want to jump out of the map and be like, I don't remember if I can break wood or not.
That is another brilliant idea. I love it. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to use that one. So I've never tried playing and talking to someone at the same time. And the reason that I have Jig on the Skype with me is I wanted to do another map maker interview. He'll be my second one, and he has graciously consented to be a victim. So are you ready?
I am. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Okay, cool.
Ask away.
Okay, so I also have to try to read my handwriting because I wrote these questions like a long time ago. But one of the things that I liked about your map was the amazing redstone creations. Now, I've seen your buy request Friday, and after I played your map, I got to know a little bit more about you. But what were you interested in making in this map first, like the storyline or all the cool redstone stuff, or what was your kind of your order of operations?
It was a bit of a mix, actually. The first time I had played a couple of adventure maps. I think my first one was the Red Merc Adventure, Red Merc Mystery, which a lot of people has played. It's one of the more famous maps out there.
Yep.
And when I played that, and it was such an old map, and whenever there was anybody who would ask, I want to recommend a map for you, they would always say that one. And when I was playing it, I thought I could make a better map, and not on the sort of scale, but certainly interaction. There was a lot of empty houses where there was a sign, and you had to imagine that a person was there, or you went into this mysterious cottage and it's all empty. Or they had this town hall that there was apparently a meeting going on inside, but it was completely like there was not a single soul in there, and it kind of like really ruined the immersion in that. I mean, it picks up more when you get into the spoilers temple, but at the same time there's not a lot of interactivity going on, and I really wanted to improve on that. And since I think I'm not amazing at redstone, but I'm pretty good, I thought I could use that to make a map that would be memorable and something that you could build up on the story, make it more interactive and stuff like that.
Yep. No, it's good. I think you have done that. I hope more people will see your map. I actually just walked into the town hall as you were saying that, and I see the meeting in progress.
Yeah, good timing.
Which is what you were mentioning. And I'm noticing also your some of the vines and iron bars that you added in here. Can you open a chest with iron bars on top of it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, cool. So I was also listening to what you're saying. Now, it sounds to me like you were inspired to do kind of the storyline stuff first then, and you added the redstone then later. Or
yes, like I first I thought about what kind of story I could make to make it cool, and I really like because I have that ability with the redstone, I could do things like multiple endings and really flesh out the story to something that will impact the player, and that's certainly what I was going for. I think I succeeded pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, because we've talked about it, but one of the things I really, really like was the dialogue mechanism where you read something and then the story changes or proceeds and the dialogue goes away. So I'll let people experience that for themselves. Now, also in making your map, I know that you had some help from your wife, was it?
Yes, the very first thing we made was the village, and actually, I have a preview of that on my channel. I said I really couldn't. I I'm not really good at building things, um, like structures, and I know that. I mean, it sounds like a bit of a contradiction. Once you play the map, I think I did a pretty good job, but I'm really bad at translating what I see in my head onto a blank slate. So I need like a framework to build upon. So I said to my wife, I said, "Can you build me a village? Just rough it up. I want some houses. I want a street straight down the middle, and I want this is where the mansion is going to be. So just I don't know, put up a wall." And then she basically spent an afternoon putting up box houses everywhere, and you can see them in that first preview video. They look nothing like they do now.
Oh, okay.
But it gave me the framework that I needed to build upon everything else. So that's pretty much all she did, but it certainly was a really big step in getting the map off the ground.
Oh well, I hope she got her thanks as well.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I also saw. I think I saw on your channel you guys have done some kind of let's plays together and stuff as well. That's
Yeah, we do lots of let's plays together. Again, it's a case where I'm not really good at talking to myself while I'm playing a game.
yep.
So having her there to bounce conversation off, I think makes it more interesting, not only for the viewer but for me as well.
Okay. So other than having your wife help you, how detailed were the plans, and do you have like a planning phase and a development phase? Are you a structured map maker or?
Yeah, I think it was fairly structured when I first started. Again, I didn't like write anything down, but I had all these ideas in my head, and the first thing I needed was the framework to put the buildings in, and this is where, you know, the first dungeon is going to be, this is where this thing is going to be, and then I pretty much built all the redstone first, and then built everything around it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh.
Now, this might be giving away one of your later answers, but one of the things that I noticed in your map was a certain chest that was getting destroyed by TNT, and I think we had a little conversation about it, but do you want to kind of share your frustration around that design element?
Yeah, there's a one of the main things in the map is rescuing these trapped NPCs. And I wanted to make each reveal of the person a different experience. And for one of the situations is you've got a tiny hole in the fence which is just big enough to fit a piece of TNT, a lever on the wall, and you have to fix the redstone up yourself and put the TNT in and then blow it up. Now, chests and TNTs, they really seem very random in how close they need to be. There, I moved the chest so many times. It was like 4 or 5 times. I had to keep moving the chest further away, move the TNT more further away, and every single time I would go and blow it up, and it's just a big mess. And of course, every time I had to clean it up afterwards. But eventually, I got to the point where I noticed that the TNT, it exploded the chest, but it didn't destroy the contents. Now, I don't know how close or how far away exactly that needs to be for that to be the case all the time, but right now it's in a case where most of the time the chest won't explode, but if it does, the contents will still be there, so the player doesn't miss out too much.
Ah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just getting to this part here with the amazing flying house under construction. It looks weird. What is this?
Yeah, that's actually that's the parkour side mission. It's extremely difficult.
Oh, especially when a skeleton just shot me in the leg.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult. It is. You won't be able to play that in 1.7 because it relies on sprint jumping. it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie, but it basically when you get into the house, and I don't mind if you cheat just to peek.
Oh.
Um, it's tough on purpose, but there's two brothers in there. Oh, well, there's one in that house, and then I actually retrofitted the lighthouse with a new mission. When you get into the house, he explains that he found this amazing floating material, which is actually bedrock. And this material, it floats, and he tried to. There's 10 blocks of bedrock scattered around the entire map, and you'll notice inside that bedrock house is that one NPC and the design of the chest. So it's like a chest, iron on top, and then glowstone on the top and the bottom. There's 10 of those, I guess, capsules that all have one single bedrock piece. You need the 10 bedrock pieces, go to the lighthouse and get to the top, and then he gives you a special block that you can place into the scoreboard at the end that proves that you did also this parkour side quest, which is really difficult. So.
Oh, that's cool. So that's new for 1.8 then.
Yeah, that's the addition, and it doesn't it seems pretty small if you're just looking at the house, but there is 10 of those blocks in extremely hard to reach places.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me slamming my keys, but I
can.
I'm not. Oh, whoops! I had fly turned on. Okay,
That's
so
okay.
cool. All right. So the other thing is, I think you told me or you commented on this that it took you like only a month to build this map. Is that right?
Yes. People, yeah, you say only a month. It was about a full month, but I literally worked on it 3 to 5 hours every day.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a month, but it was every single day, nearly proper work hours. And when I had days off, like I have a full-time job as well, when I had days off from work, I pretty much did that for 8 hours. It was a very tough month, but I had these ideas in my head, and I had to get them out, because if I didn't, I don't know if I would have finished it.
Yeah, no, I know how that is. So let's call it 30 days times 5, so at least 150 hours. Did you keep track of the exact time required?
No, I didn't. I was too busy building the map to keep track of anything else.
Cool, that's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty anal about doing these little projects myself, and I know how it is to not be able to put something down when you're in the middle of painting and drawing and making art. So very cool. But 150 hours still, that seems like this would have taken me a heck of a lot more time just on the redstone alone. So
well, like I said, I have a knack for redstone. Some of the puzzles actually I had already made, and I was able to just cut and paste them in, like the piano puzzle.
Oh yeah.
That one was a by request Friday request, slightly modified because in the original version it used TNT, but again with the TNT it's so unpredictable. I didn't want to have a person in that room and then not die, so I made sure just to cover the entire floor with lava.
Okay.
And the first dungeon actually was my first. I actually just wanted to play around with pistons when they first came out, and instead I built a tiny adventure map, and then I pretty much cut and paste the entire thing in there.